Yeah, we're going to be trying out this new preset idea from Eldritch called Seeker. The idea being that everything that is required for beating the game is going to be located in the first castle. It's not just a phase mom. Richter talking to his mom be like, listening to My Chemical Romance. His dad being a 80s techno guy in his neon green cape. It's not just a phase. What are we talking about? So this new preset should be fun. Fun! We're having fun here. Fun. I can't curse at the beginning of these videos or else they'll get demonetized. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please. I need all the help I can get in this world of content. Please. Thank you. Anyways, let's kill Dracula real quick. Is everything too loud now? What's going on? Is Windows screwing me on the... I've been having these weird issues of every time I restart my computer, the sound settings get changed on all my programs. Very strange. Because it was like really quiet a second ago, and now it's like way louder than it should be. And now it should be back to normal. Anyways, yeah, so the goal is we're just going to go through the first castle. Sounds fine. I do have some settings set up such that it'll never get too loud, hopefully, but 2 library cards? Is that normal, or is this just an insane seed? It's crazy. We got the Bloody Tears Aloe card. That's normal for now? Okay, so it's intended that you get the 2 library cards at the start? Interesting. It's interesting. Mana Prisam. That's a leftover from First Castle. Okay, so the basic First Castle preset starts you with 2 library cards as well. Gotcha. I wonder if it then would have been worth using it immediately to keep my starting gear, but like, I don't know. Who cares? We're having fun here. So my biggest concern, and it's not even like a concern really, it's just a different flavor of randomizer, is will this preset be too short of an experience? Why is this... All shortcuts are open, by the way. Oh. Oh. That's interesting. And all warps? Oh, so this is like, you could speedrun this shit in like 10 minutes. Gotcha. Understood. All right, well, I definitely should have used my library card then. Should we reset? Nah, it'll be fine. I'm just losing out on 3 minutes for no reason. It's fine. My classmate when I was 7 was right. The second castle is a myth. That's what I'm saying, bro. Fake news. I've never seen a second castle in my life. We need the relics. Yeah. There we go. Lots of level ups. Nice. What's my favorite boss in the game? Definitely me, because I'm a boss. You guys remember when everyone said I'm a boss? When that was just like the colloquial term of a generation? Like a boss. Very millennial coded. Have we ever atoned for our sins, us millennials, for being such cringe? No. Will we ever? Who's to say? What up, Anti-Kill? Welcome. Hope the stream went well. I'm dying. Do I still not have enough I still don't have enough MP for a Soul Steal. We're gonna die. That's money. Wait, this is open already. I'm smoking that shit that makes you go silly style. It's so hard to break from your muscle memory, you know? Let's go inside. I can't believe I'm a millennial. Is it that hard to believe? How did No Hit Red Rust go? We gave up on it because the challenge ended up being less fun and more stupid, which is fair. That's kind of how challenge runs tend to be sometimes. You try something to see if it's fun. Turns out it's actually not fun. And to be fair, I'm well aware of this reality, so. Most challenge runs tend to be that level of like masochistic, not in a fun way, but in like a boring way. But it's okay. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna die? Okay, that's fine. We can redo all of that in like 2 minutes. We're just gonna use one of our library cards. I do want this. Yeah, that was very annoying. I'm not gonna lie. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know. The summon spirits just weren't doing the thing they were supposed to do, which was great. I've also noticed, and I think this might be a issue with the way that... So, we've talked about it before, and I might be copiuming here, but I've found it very difficult to do summon spirits lately, which doesn't make sense, because the input is, like, impossible to mess up. But I've also noticed that the extended diagonal range on the analog stick from the change in the current BizHawk version to make like wing smashing easier or whatever, I've noticed that I've been getting a lot of accidental diagonals, and I wonder if that has something to do with it. That I'm like trying to do summon spirit, but by going left, right, I'm actually going up left, then right, or something like that, because the range has been extended. Because I use the analog stick for a lot of movement in this game. It still doesn't feel exactly like it does on Xbox, which is fine. It's not like a big deal, but it is different. Is there anything even in here that I wanted to buy is the question. We would have had $8,000. The answer is nah. The shop is kind of butt, kind of cheeks, kind of doo-doo. Whatever. So all we're missing is that Vlad relic, really, and Leapstone. So let's go grab Leapstone. Yeah, using that library card at the beginning would have been a big time saver for sure. Castle map. Oh, so true, actually. Yeah, what a big difference having some armor makes. I do have to reset this room, though. Just to get the books in the correct position. Little hop, skip, and a jump over these books. And then we get missed. I don't know if this is in logic in First Castle. My guess is it's probably not in logic, but the dive kick off of that book. But either way, might just need to be cleaner inputs. I see where you're coming from, but no. No. For this version, in a way, you're correct. But, like, I've been speedrunning this game since before you knew what Twitch.tv was. Like, if I booted up the Xbox version right now, I would be able to do literally 1,000 summon spirits in a row. If not 10,000 in a row. I would not fail them. I would have a 100% consistency with it. So I'm very confident that it has something to do with the fact that the emulator is handling the inputs differently than it does on Xbox, which is fine. Yeah, that's why I said I can see where you're coming from. But I'm arguing from the fact that, like, they still haven't perfected the way that the input ought to feel from, like, a speedrun perspective. I will donate $50 if you boot up and do 1,000 summon spirits in a row right now. Would you be willing to wait until I finish this randomizer? Because, like, that's... Yes? Okay, I'll do it. Sure. That's the freest $50 I've ever... Yeah, sure. How long could it take to do 1,000 summon spirits? Probably like 20 minutes. I can do that on Patreon. You should be able to subscribe at $50 on Patreon for sure, yeah. Can we pay to not watch the 1,000 summon spirits? If you drop $51, sure. Yeah, probably like 20 minutes. Okay, so now we need to... $1 per summon spirit? Nah, that's price gouging for sure. The government has rules against that, I think. But that's not the deal. Look, Riddick, I see where you're coming from. I'm gonna be nice about it, but new tariffs on summon spirits. I'm not actually going to do it. One, because I don't need to prove that to anybody. And two, I don't want to set the precedent that I will completely whore myself out for money. I will do it, though. That's fine. Look, $50 is $50. I know I could do it, but again, I don't think $50 is worth the 20 minutes of me doing nothing on stream. Genuinely. Let us go to Castle Keep. Is Castle Keep actually where I want to go right now? Probably. I hope I don't mess this up, I guess. Oh, I was like a frame late on that dive kick. Oh well. That's an interesting relic to have here. So my guess is we probably are supposed to be getting like gravity boots or something at Coliseum then. Because we're looking at leapstone locked locations for the next progression. At least that's how I assume the logic works. Like, is Caverns in logic with open stuff? I don't know. Does that mean I'm closing my OnlyFans? If you can find my OnlyFans, you can have all that shit for free. I'm gonna go Coliseum. Thank you, Alice. Wait, I have an OnlyFans? If you can find it, all of the content's out there for free. Can you DM me the link? I said if you can find it. It's a scavenger hunt, smiley face. Thousand summon spirits is nothing? Look. It's fine. So maybe cavern stuff is in logic? I mean, I'm still gonna grab this. But I assumed we'd find Jewel of Open. It seems free with the warp. I didn't know if the logic had the warp stuff in mind. Maybe it did.
I'm interested in this.
Well, thank you for joining the Patreon anyways. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Is this all bosses as well? No. We just need to find all the Vlad relics and then find the portal spell and then we win, is the idea. So if locations are available via warps, and that's in logic, then we should be in caverns right now. Probably doing Granfaloon? This feels nostalgic. I haven't watched / played SotN in a while. Welcome, Bash. Playing too much Street Fighter. I do hear people are still vibing with Street Fighter 6, which is good for them. We can do some out of logic stuff, but oh, you know what else is in logic, which actually sucks my doo-doo butt, is merman statue. Yeah. Street Fighter 6 is balls. Oh, are you playing a good Street Fighter game instead? Copium? I don't know shit about Street Fighter, I'm gonna be real. I played Third Strike like once on Fightcade and got my ass promptly handed to me. Ow. I'll grab this life max up. I seem to be not playing well today, but it's fine. I guess that is, I have played Alpha. I did buy a copy of Alpha 3 for PS1, which obviously isn't like the best version or whatever. But I've booted it up a few times with friends just for funsies. But I'm very casual with Street Fighter. Who did I play in 3S? I think I just played Ken because I was like learning with a friend. And then we ended up, I figured Ken is easy baby character. It's just Shoto but top tier. Third Strike is the prettiest, very gorgeous game. I agree. I like the vibe of Third Strike a lot. Hugo, that's cool. That's cool. What up, Will Miner? I imagine I still need Merman statue to open up the thing, right? Third Strike music is godlike. It is good. The entire aesthetic of like the late 2000s Street Fighter stuff is cool. Don't get me wrong. Just like late 2000s vibes in general. Or sorry, late 90s. Jesus Christ, my brain doesn't know how to work. I'm thinking that Third Strike came out in like 09. Like, nah, that's fucking like not the vibe that I'm talking about. Alrighty, let's see what old Sucks got for us. Yeah, I'm just thinking of the like the Y2K aesthetic, which seems to be popping up again in like culture in general, you know, the 30-year cycles or whatever. Fightcade's been getting worse? How so? Is it just like not being updated properly, or is it just like the player base is ass? So if I stand still, isn't there a way for her to like... She didn't do the suck attack. Damn. It might be positioning based. Either way, it's fine. Way too many Smurfs and shit. I think that's just an inevitability of a completely deregulated online matchmaking peer-to-peer system like that. Same shit happens in Slippy and stuff, but it is unfortunate. But like those types of things are mostly for dedicated. Should I even go check? I guess I can because I have flight now. Those are for like hardcore dedicated fans anyways. So like smurfing ends up not being like as big of a deal because the average skill level is going to be generally high anyways. And also the quality of matches will always be like lower than that of an official, well-maintained live service type fighting game. And even then, those types of things still have to deal with similar issues, but it sucks. Just checking the items. I probably should have grabbed the ice brand. In fact, I am going to go back for it. I didn't realize that this is the best weapon I have available right now. Except for Masamune, but we'll save that for second castle. Just giving him a little health, a little pick-me-up. Probably should have waited until after I got past these enemies, but it's fine. I don't want to talk to you right now. Yellow systems suck. I think they suck if you care about your rank. But if your goal is to just play the game, it doesn't really matter, right? Because then it should just level itself out, right? Are all the items in the first castle? Yes. All the items you need to beat the game. I don't think ELO is necessarily a bad system, but best system is just going to locals. That is true. The issue is that locals don't exist. Unfortunately. Ah! For a lot of people, only playing online is like your only option. So I get it. But in that case, you're better off generally like joining a dedicated like Discord server for games and stuff. But again, that's kind of how all online games over time, when they become less popular, become. You know what I mean? Even things like dedicated communities for Symphony of the Night. Like, we exist on a Discord server. You know? Obviously, this is a game that we couldn't... Like, we could play in real life and do, like, live races or whatever, but, yeah. Yeah, I'll just do that. That's fine. The bar next to me is hosting a speed tournament tomorrow. What does that mean? What? Speed tournament? Like whoever can ingest the most methamphetamines wins? Sign me up, baby. What the hell? Why haven't I been told about this sooner? Let's go Spikebreaker, I guess. Need for Speed. Oh, well, that's cool. I have a need for speed as well, but, you know, people keep telling me to go to rehab for it. And I'm like, it's fine. It's not a problem. Spoken like a true Floridian, I know. I've been trying to get into randos. Is the Discord a good place to start? Yeah, for sure. Here you go. On library. There's a couple of other like useful like resources. I think if you type !how to rando, will bring you to symphonyrando.fun, And that's a website that has a lot of good resources as well. Beep, 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 beep. Doop, 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 doop. Yeah, no worries, Bash. Always happy to help. Yeah, always check out, don't forget, Medici.com. Real website that exists. Why does it exist? Who's to say? Unironically, yeah. Wait, what? What do you mean by unironically, yeah? Huh? Just gifted 25 subs on Patreon. Should I just post the link in Discord and get first 5? Get it? Wait, what? How do you... First of all, I'm resetting. How do you gift on Patreon? I don't think that... What? Is that a feature that they added recently or something? I didn't think you could gift Patreon subscriptions. What? I'm very confused. It let me buy gifted subs from Patreon. I'm gonna have to look into this because I don't know what that is. How does that even work? That's what I'm saying. I don't think... I don't know if it's necessarily a scam, guys. I'm just confused. If maybe you misread something? Yeah, definitely post a screenshot of what it is that you're looking at, because I'm confused. There's a gift membership button? Is this a new feature? Wait, what? Patreon does like it? Since when? How new is this feature? It lets you gift subs? Don't click that link. Obviously a meme, but still, don't click that link. What the fuck? Genuinely, since November of last year? I've never once heard anybody discuss this before in my life. The Patreon situation is insane. Well, then that's why I was like, it doesn't sound like a scam. Maybe this is just a feature that's like brand new, but apparently it's not brand new at all. Really interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you can't gift them out to random people. You could just gift them out to specific people? How does that even work? I guess if you have a Patreon account, you can just have somebody else, like, you pay for the subscription for the month or whatever, and then somebody else, like, gets the benefits. Seems a little... It gives you a link to share. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, if you just want to post those in the general Discord, that's fine by me. Get them while they're hot. I don't know. I can't stop you. Well, that's good to know. Thank you for, I guess, doing that and giving me the knowledge that that's a thing that exists. That's interesting. Huh. Very interesting. You can literally stop them, though? In a way, I can't. Like, what am I going to do? Just ban them, I guess? I don't know. You can type !Discord, and that's where we'll give you an invite link to my server. How's moving out of Florida going? The move date is coming up in like 40 days. 50 days. Or did I do the math wrong? It's not this month, but the end of next month? Something like that? No, it's a month after that. Yeah. So actually I have like 70 days. Oh, thank God. Still soon, though. We need more shuffler. The issue with the shuffler is it melts my brain. My brain is already mush, but the shuffler turns it into goo instantly. But it has been a while, you're right. We could bring it back. Shuffler, but ban Karnov. Karnov has been banned for a long time. When's the Move Out fundraising stream? Once I have a better idea of how much it's going to cost. Let's see. Now we go Auroch's quarters, I guess. Or maybe Castle Entrance, actually. Yeah, let's do Castle Entrance. What else am I forgetting here? We've already checked those. We're good. Where are you moving to? What is the address? I'll make sure to message it to you. Since you asked so nicely. Yeah, I'm doing a meetup at my new house. How goes the Rando? Yo, what up, sir? For Tobalot. It's going. I'm shocked to find that I'm still playing it, considering this only has first castle locations as a thing, but yeah. Karnov was funny. Dude, Karnov is one of those things where it's like, I'm happy I experienced it once, but my ass is not trying to bring it back, you know? Oh yeah, I haven't fought these guys yet. Nice. I'm very confused what the seed wants from me. Like, I definitely would be a little frustrated at this point in a race scenario, I think, because the seed is so incredibly open, but... Alucard Cursed? It's just the new color palette stuff. But I feel like if you're asking on a more philosophical level, like, is Alucard cursed? In a way, yeah, because doesn't he live eternally or whatever? It really do be like that, huh? Okay, now we just need to find the thing. So now I'm incentivized to go do higher complexity locations, I believe. Because that was the thing before, is I wanted to make sure I found all the Vlad relics before scanning for high complexity locations. So now we do Mermaid Statue. This will probably give us like... Well, actually, there's not that many things left, so... I feel like we need Soul of Bat to be acquirable. Oh, I can't go down this way. Ugh. That's annoying. Yo, what up, Jeff? Welcome to the Patreon. If you're doing the down forward attack stuff, you can't miss the diagonal. Wait, why is that not open? I don't know. There's like a reason for it. I forget why. The map says everything's in logic. That's kind of a thing with the current tracker, because the current tracker doesn't have the logic for this preset, so it just says everything's available. So I have to kind of... You just have to take everything with a grain of salt when it shows up as green. It is a little annoying that it's not open, though. Yeah, the tracker gets confused sometimes. It happens. I think it's the PS5 pad being jank. It's possible, but yeah, Symphony of the Night is a game that has zero leniency on its inputs. So if you miss an input, it's just won't come out.
Oh Lord, he's coming! He's coming! What do I do? Help! Help!
How do I say that? Chiefled? Thank you very much for the Prime. Jewel of Open at Holy Symbol would be so funny.
I'm interested in this.
It's so loud. It's fine. The loudest Patreon... Actually, is it less loud than I remember? I don't remember. Maybe my ears are broken. It's on the Discord if you want the Patreon membership. I imagine it's just for a month. Which makes sense, but... It shouldn't be loud for you guys, but it should be relatively louder than the other alerts, I think. I don't know. Audio loudness is like a weird thing when it comes to streaming, because what I hear doesn't necessarily translate to what you guys directly hear because of filters and stuff like that, so... Either way. Yeah, a little Patreon jump scare isn't, you know, too bad every now and then. How's it going, Ren? Come race with us? I'll wait for the randomizer to not suck ass. I do want to race, don't get me wrong. It's just all of the presets right now that are being raced are really bad. Ew, what the hell? So the other complexity item is going to be in Allrox's quarters. I'm out of library cards, yeah? Yeah. Facts. Gold Ring and Merman's pretty fun. Well, yeah, imagine this in a race scenario. Like I said, I think the randomizer's not...
I try to expand my vocabulary by using new words to give my arguments more verisimilitude. Today's word is expand.
So true, so true. Yeah, I don't know. I think the randomizer's in a kind of rough spot for racing for me personally. But that's because I want something that's a little bit different, I feel like, out of randomizer races than most people. I think everybody has kind of just accepted the gambling meta, and I want that to stop. Verisimilitude. What the fuck does that even mean, man? I think spoiler log races could be fun as well. That is an idea. Yes, this preset feels very evil for race scenarios. But that's the other thing is, like, if I'm not enjoying the race aspect of SotN randomizers, I can just play them for fun, which is what I've been doing for a long time. Doesn't SM Rando have a gambling meta too? Yes. There's a reason why I'm not racing Super Metroid map randos either. Even though I like the Super Metroid map rando a lot. Again, from a just playing for myself standpoint. There's a reason why I've been focusing my, like, stream time on, like, challenge runs or trying to find fun ways to explore the randomizer that doesn't involve racing. Mostly because I just don't find it that fun right now. Well, that's the thing is I'm not 100% sure right now, Sestrin. I do think changing the win condition to not just be Vlad relics, or to maybe include more Vlad relics in a way, or have a win condition of collect, you know, let's say we create a seed that has 10 Vlad relics, and the win condition is find 7 out of 10, or 8 out of 10. I think that helps prevent the most egregious type of gambling, because if you guess incorrectly, it doesn't mean you lose right on the
He's coming! What do I do? Help!
right as soon as you like guess wrong, right? There's still going to be some gambling aspects where you find the mother load of Vlad relics or whatever, but it is what it is. Loving the hair. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I'll text you. I also... Holy... Wait, what? I thought you guys couldn't figure out the wolf stuff. Oh, shit. Wolf looks crazy. How many years is 51 months? Probably 100 million, billion. Yeah, I'm shocked you guys were able to get the wolf color palette change. That's cool. I guess to finish what I was talking about with the gambling meta stuff, I think it's just really difficult, and it will inevitably be an aspect of Symphony of the Night, like, racing forever, specifically with any sort of randomizer. But there are ways to make it less egregious, because the most egregious aspect is just the second castle for me right now. There's Jewel of Open. Okay. So Silver Ring should be here. Final... or, yeah, and then Holy Glasses is the warp location. Makes sense. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the shortcuts. Having high-value relics show up more often? You mean like having a weighted system to relics that is separate from the complexity? Wait, huh? Did I not pick up Silver Ring somewhere where I was supposed to? Did we never check Spirit Orb? I thought we checked Spirit Orb. 2 Souled Bats can be found. I thought we checked Spirit Orb. No, we never did. I'm stupid. Oh, no. I thought I did before I died. Oh. I do think having redundancy in certain important relics could help as well. That's something that we talked about yesterday with the Aria of Sorrow randomizer. Like, Aria of Sorrow, you can find multiple locations that hold the Backdash Soul, or Black Panther, or multiple locations have access to, like, I think every book has 2 locations. So having redundancy in important items could be okay. The issue is that I guess you would replace, like, familiar relics and, like, Spirit Orb or Fairy Scroll, I guess. We have enough useless relics that we could just replace all the useless relics with duplicates of important ones. And then we could, like, what's it called? I'm going the wrong way. I love bonking. Yeah, I think that it would require testing for sure. What does Fire Bat even do? Scientists to this day still don't know. That's the thing that's fucked up about it. This has to be Silver Ring, no? It is. Wow. Strange. Well, We played this seed like butt. I also think Symphony of the Night is just a difficult game to balance in general because of the second castle. Like, so much of the game's content revolves around the second castle. So, one of the things that I think helped a lot in Season 1 of the Randomizer is the fact that Silver Ring and Gold Ring, Spikebreaker, and Holy Glasses were all in the same location every single time. A lot of seeds felt samey because of it. However, it meant that there were certain things that you just could not skip. You had to get Silver Ring at some point. You had to get Gold Ring at some point. You had to get Holy Glasses at some point. So because of that, different routing decisions could end up converging. And then your decision in the moment of like, I'll check Aurochs' quarters now versus I'll save it for later. Those sorts of decisions ended up being like the core thing that ended up winning or losing races versus things like, I feel like going second castle right now. They're still, like, in a way, guesses, but, like, the types of punishment that you get for those guesses was much lower. It's not that it was less RNG, it's just that the amount of variance from RNG was lowered, because the difference between saving Aurochs' quarters for later versus doing it now might optimize a minute or two off of your time. But, like, that's a difference that you can make up for in just, like, playing better. Or choosing a different routing option that saves you a minute in this one spot that your opponent didn't do, right? Having enough variability such that, on average, the differences in routes kind of even out, plus or minus, like, a minute or two, is ideal, because then execution actually matters again. Like, living in a world where execution of your route doesn't matter nearly as much as just guessing correctly is a world I don't like for Randomizer in general. But we've already talked about that a lot yesterday.
Trouble the soul of my mother no more.
Yeah, it was very common that myself and Talik would choose different routes in in almost every location possible. We ended up converging on routes a lot of the time because we shared similar ideas about the best way to play the old randomizers. But especially certain decisions like, when do you fight Aurochs? When do you, go to Succubus? When do you decide to do Spikebreaker? Like, all of those decisions ended up, like, mattering a lot. And you could have a solid reasoning for, I'm going to save Aurochs for later because it is more efficient to do the Aurochs checks on the way to Silver Ring. However, if you save Aurochs for later, you can end up missing out on, like, a very important movement relic like Soul of Bat or Gravity Boots or something like that. Or Mist, you know what I mean? So, like, having certain placeholders in the randomizer where this is a constant, you need to do this every single time no matter what, and it's in a similar location, or it forces your route to converge at some point, I feel like helped even out the decision-making such that if I decide to go left versus right here, I might, in the moment, not know which is the optimal decision, but it only loses me like a minute if I guess wrong. Versus, go to the second castle, 50-50 coin flip, which was a thing, by the way, in Season 1. It's just that at the time, we all agreed that going left was stupid because of the distribution of relics. We all agreed that the meta, it doesn't make sense to go left ever, unless you are truly just trying to cheese your opponent, and that is it, right? Over time, we've realized that going left in the second castle has actual merit, and also you get to cheese your opponent at the same time. So back then, we just didn't know how bad it actually was, because even now, that is a problem. Like, if we go back to a meta of only racing the OG randomizer, the 50-50 in the second castle is still going to be a problem no matter what, unless everybody agrees to, like, a gentleman's, we always do the same second castle route.
I had
So.
my own reasons for destroying him.
So essentially having one consistent of the 5 Vlads introduces hide variance that encourages gambling. So introducing more constants can alleviate that. That's kind of a theory for sure. I don't, again, we would need to test it, but
To do nothing.
how would you feel if they added more Vlads? I think that could work.
What
But-
will you do now?
They're like first castle only. Honestly, just playing the game casually, sure. If this was a race scenario, I feel like I would be tearing my hair out because very early on, we ended up in a scenario where like the entire castle was available. And then it just comes down to, well, did you go to All Rocks early? No? Ah, shit. Well,
After him, Maria?
that's where Bat was. That would have saved me like 10 minutes
It's best
in
this
movement,
way.
having
I
Bat
can't
early.
ease his torment. Someday, perhaps.
But I
we
mean,
will
that
meet again.
that ultimately is a problem inherent inside of randomizers, and I understand that. However,
Let's
having the variability such that it doesn't completely kill your ability to do well
Out of here.
is kind of what I'm hoping for in the long run. Something where everybody can pick different routes, but if they all played at the same level, the variability would only be like a minute or not a minute or two, but maybe like 5 minutes at most, right? Over the course of an entire run. That's one of the reasons why we had such similar race times back in the day, where me and Talik would be within a minute of each other almost every single time, unless somebody did like a huge mistake, right? And I think that makes for better viewing experience as well for people that are interested in watching race tournaments. Is like, holy, this person and this person are like neck and neck the entire time, and they're still choosing different decisions, but once they like meet up at like the second castle, they're only like 30 seconds behind each other. That's crazy. How does this make sense? Versus now it's like, well, you know, here comes the second castle. Oh, this person decided to go left. Hope there's a relic there. We'll see how this works out for them. You know what I mean? Second castle casually just feels like you're in the last 25% of the game. Yeah, that is a issue inherent with the second castle of Symphony of the Night. The fact that you can go anywhere is great casually. Maybe not great, but it's like, you know, it's a decision that's in the game that has consequences for us trying to race it optimally when we don't know where the relics are. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, ideally, I want a world where different routes that are new and exciting exist within the randomizer without it being just randomly guessing that route wins you the game instantly. That's what I'm hoping for, and having a solution to that problem ultimately is incredibly difficult. And I think part of that is due to the fact that it is a randomizer in the first place, and partially due to the fact that the design philosophy of SotN, specifically when it comes to the second castle being as open as it is, causes a lot of those problems. But we've talked about this a lot already. Let's move on to the next seed for today. YouTube, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the live stream so you can watch all of these all the time live. And I'll see you in the next one, YouTube. Have a good one. Bye-bye.